We're very happy to have you back, even for a short visit.
And here we go.
Broadcasting to you live from an asteroid that used to be some prime real estate on Alderaan. This is the Wicked Theory Podcast.
Llama, 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 ding dong.
Bam, bam, lam, bam, bam, pajama. All right, this is the Wicked Theory Podcast. This is episode 134, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm Bill Sweeney. I bring some people. I assemble a small team of crack commandos. That means they're on crack, but they're highly trained. All right,
Those would be crackhead commandos.
Oh, I knew. That's a kid show I'm working on. Crackhead Commandos every Saturday morning. That's my brother Bob. You just heard him talk, and you heard him on the guitar a little bit. And then we got Ed.
Doesn't look like there's going to be any John Goodman quotes for a little while.
All right. And then we got
Thank God.
To quote Homer Simpson, woo woo. Just kidding,
Look,
Ed.
it's Edo Ebert.
all right, and then we got Jay. Uncle
Bill,
Jay.
I just want you to know
Yeah.
that I'm here
Yes.
tangentially.
Oh, well, tangentially speaking, thanks for showing up.
Yeah, so IMDb disabled their character pages. Mm-hmm. So, like, it's much harder to find quotes now. So,
Oh, no.
I'm going to be taking a little break from that.
Oh, no.
Damn you, IMDb.
Bummer, Ed.
IMDb.
So,
What's next now? John Candy quotes?
yeah, I mean, you gotta,
I mean, I can't be an actor, or else I got to find a different search engine.
oh.
Because, like, all I could do, I can go through his IMDb page, I can click on the character, and I can find quotes from each character. That's how I was doing it.
Oh, isn't that still a John Goodman quote?
Why don't you use his famous line in Revenge of the Nerds, man? You just got your asses whipped by a bunch of goddamn nerds.
Yeah, but now, you know,
That's pretty good.
Nerds!
All right, don't let it go.
I gotta figure out a different way of looking them up. That's all.
Fair enough. You actually have to do some legwork now.
Yeah.
All right, and probably
Well, it involved
just started-
legwork before.
fair enough.
Just my system's disabled.
I get a feeling. I get the feeling that if you just like go to Google, ask Google, you get all your answers.
Yeah, one way or the other. It's in there.
Yeah, Google. What did John
Google-
Goodman say in Always?
John Goodman quotes.
Got John Goodman quotes. Chop, chop. All right. Yeah. So let's see. This is episode 134.
134,
134.
Wow.
134. Couple $2-3.
Couple 2 or 3 episodes. We got a little bit of news. We got I don't know if there's emails, but we'll check that out. We got a chat room game coming up. That's an interesting one. If you remember from last week,
I'm excited.
we remembered. And maybe a little bit of reviews. We got some stuff to talk about. And then official business real quick is, hey, remember those emails I mentioned? You could send one in. Still got time if you're listening live. Podcast@wickedtheory.com. You can send them in. It doesn't have to be live. You can not be listening to us live. Is now a good time to remind you that you can be listening live to this shenaniganery? Shenaniganery?
Keep making up words.
Shenanigai.
Why not just say shenanigans?
Shenanigy.
Shenanigai.
These shenanigans.
We're
Well,
swamped in shenanigans.
but I think the question is, would the multiple of shenanigans be shenanigai?
Shenanigai. Yeah.
Shenanigans is a plural.
I feel like this whole
I
conversation.
think shenanigans is a name, no?
This whole conversation is shenanigans.
Yeah.
No, that's
crock of
I'm
shit.
thinking of Bennigans.
Is that on the menu there? Yeah.
Well, according to that crappy movie that Bennigans was in, Ryan Reynolds was in a movie.
Yeah, what was the name of
Waiting.
it? Yeah, but what was the name of the chain? 'Cause
Oh,
they gave it
yeah,
It was a
yeah.
Bennigans chain. It was
Or Fridays. It was TGI Fridays.
It was one
That's
of
what I
those
mean,
real.
they
It was a real chain.
No,
though.
no. It was definitely not a real chain. They definitely
No,
made
because
up a name.
No, I thought it was. I thought
No,
it was
no,
because
they
it's
shit
nothing
on
ex-
it. Because they shit on it hard in that movie.
It's a funny movie.
But it's a totally realistic. It's like O. Henry's or something, or Flanagan's, or some shit. I'm sure someone's screaming at their radio right now. Or
at their computer.
And I'm trying to get to the Wikipedia page.
all right. The newsroom is working on it. Well, speaking of people in the newsroom, that's Ed O'Hare, and you can listen to him every week on the DCTV Report.
Yes.
This week, there was big happenings in the world of the DCTV. I'll tell you what they did. It was called Crisis on Earth X.
Crisis on Earth.
And they crossed over
Wow.
their 4 shows.
They did. Wow. Did they ever do that before?
They did, but this time it was better.
It didn't sound that original.
Well, it's comic books and it's crossovers. It's not, it's not, you know. This was good.
This was a big, giant, huge event. I'm going to talk about this more in my meanwhile.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But if you want, we had a full breakdown.
You and Sarah Netchley, freelance writer for EW.com.
Yes, Sarah and I had about an hour-long conversation just about the crossover.
Jeez Louise.
And we fit in an episode of Gotham and some news on top of it,
Ooh.
too. And an email from Agent Palmer.
Wow.
Tangentially.
Wow.
Fucking
Tangentially.
wonderful.
Yeah, this wasn't just a nerd fest for guys. It was like a nerd fest for guys and girls.
Wow.
Do me a favor,
Because
Ed. Forward that
the lady
email to me
nerds-
so I can correct it.
The lady nerds
Yeah.
had 2 weddings to deal with.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
So
Yeah,
I'm sure they were quite happy too.
Yeah, they might, you know,
There were 4 romantic plot lines.
as if you needed one.
And you had superheroes fighting Nazis. I don't know what more you can ask for.
You know what? All sides.
I thought it was Wolfenstein.
All right, we'll get to this later. We'll get deep on this later. So check out the DCTV Report, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music, and maybe on your iPod, iTunes thing of source.
It better be on your phone.
Give it a search while you're on there. And then
The restaurant was called Shenanigans with a Z.
how about that?
Wow, that's why I.
That's why we couldn't.
That's why I kept remembering
That's
it.
why we couldn't think of it because the last thing we would have thought was it's the thing we're talking about,
And that's the whole reason it kept coming to my head.
and that's why anybody who's actually listening to that and thinking, you morons, it's Shenanigans is the name of the place.
Wow,
Palmer had it in Palmer was
it had to
kicking
be
it to us.
accidentally hysterical
Shenanigans.
for the 4 people who are listening live.
Shenanigans. Schmagegi.
Can I do one other quick plug?
For yes, you can. I know what it's for. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the night before recording this, I was a guest on the Super Live Adventure podcast.
Nice.
With John Zaluga and Chris Sorrentino.
Local heroes.
Yes, local heroes. John is a writer for Impractical Jokers, and Chris is a very talented artist and member of the Wahoo Skiffle Crazies, which is a local jug band.
Yeah.
And their crazy geeky goodness, and we talked about all kinds of old war stories and a huge lot of fun. I was up until 3 a.m. hanging out with them.
Oh boy.
Recording?
Yeah. Well, we recorded for 2 hours, and then we just schmoozed for another. And I got to show them Captain Marvel. And they,
you finally got someone to watch it.
Yeah,
with you.
and they loved it. It was great.
Did you mention Bob, Bill, and myself?
Yeah, I plugged.
Jay's bringing it right down the fucking brass tacks. Did you promote this fucking show?
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's what we're
yeah.
trying to say.
I promoted both of our podcasts.
Good.
You sure?
Yes, I did.
Did you speak very highly of us?
Yes, I did.
Good,
Actually, John also spoke very highly of us
believe him,
and
Bob?
thanked us for
Do
making
you
him.
believe him?
Yeah, John thanked us
Bob
for
shook
making
his
him aware that they're remaking Flight of the Navigator.
He see that? I like that. John,
Yeah.
listened enough to prove that he listened.
That is good news, actually.
No, but that's great. Not the Flight of the Navigator thing. No,
Yeah.
that is pretty good.
Yeah, and for those waiting, that episode is going to drop Monday.
Drop it again on the way out.
The Super Live Adventure podcast.
That's right. And we went and saw them actually. What was that? 2 weeks ago. We saw them live.
for their Thanksgiving Eve show.
It's a funny show. It's really good. It's really good. It's stream of conscious comedy in the moment, riffing. But these guys are sharp.
It's live action podcasting, from what I understand.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, and we talk about something that happened during the intermission. I won't spoil it. Find out there.
Oh, okay. Well, mysteries to be.
I want to go next time.
Jay wants to crash every fucking party.
Every podcast I can.
They got a show at Pizza Doro, December 11th.
Oh, shit.
Pizza Doro.
Pizza Doro on Staten Island.
Like what do they just add a small table in the back?
Yes,
like,
that's exactly what it is.
Oh, I'd be perfect for that.
Monday night at 7:30.
Like they can't even put anything down. All their gear is on one tiny square pizza box size table.
Yeah, it's
We make fun because we all know Pizza Doro, except for Jay. Pizza Doro is a tiny little place that you actually you have enough room when you enter the place to walk up to the counter, and then continue on straight back because you're walking parallel to the counter.
Yeah.
And then straight back there's like 5 tables, maybe one bare light bulb.
Right.
You know?
It sounds like I know a few places like that.
It's
yeah.
intimate.
One of the tables has a pile of old boxes on there that the delivery guys are folding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's one of those kinds of places. Not that it's a bad place because the pizza is actually very good. It's one
rustic.
of the older
It's a rustic
pizzerias
place.
on the island. But
It's got a certain kind of character and charm.
I'll reach out to them.
So, all right, so cool. So
I
that's
give them all the credit in the world for doing that because it's not easy moving this equipment around.
No.
You know what I mean?
They got
This is not mobile equipment.
Yeah, I mean they use different stuff, but we saw their setup, and I couldn't only imagine, you know, what they're bringing to, you know, to record. And obviously, once you're at Pizza Duro, you don't need to really kind of bring a PA system. But that said, you know, it is some gear. All right, so and speaking of appearances, also keep an eye out for me. I'm going to be popping up soon on Geek Dig. That's our buddy Clint.
Watch your mouth.
Sorry. The Geek Dig podcast. You can find it at geekdig.com. Check them out. If you dig us, you'll dig them. How about that? But yeah, that's our buddy Clint. You've seen him in the chat rooms. You've heard us mention him a little bit. So I think Monday I recorded with him. I'm not sure where his turnaround is, if it's the next day or not, but just keep your eyes open, folks. Follow them now. And then lastly, I'm going to put it out here official. It's open. The gates are open. I started a Wicked Theory Facebook group.
Oh, my God.
So if anybody wants to check that out, come join the group, hang out, and see what that's all about. A lot of just, you know, it's just a place to hang out, mingle, post some goofery, post things you like that are cool. We'll be posting episodes of the show in there, and maybe trying to have discussions, or, you know, that's a place to kind of go and, you know, comment on it or whatever. But we're gonna feel it out, see how it goes, and let it build up. There's like 17 people in there, I think, already. So where are you? Why don't you in there and go to facebook.com/Wicked Theory. You'll see a little blue tag that's on the photo header. It says find group or join group, something group.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm a member.
You know, Bobby's in there.
I'm a member.
We let old man Bob in there. Jay signed up. I think Ed's tagged in there too. So, I mean, there's not a lot in there right now, but you can post whatever you really want in there. I think there's a trailer for Batman Ninja.
Right.
Somebody posted.
Well, yeah. Plus, you know, it's you as listeners can create clips and post them to Facebook yourselves to share with others to show what you like about the show.
And speaking
if you're in between listening and you want to get a little bit of a fix, you can go to that page and you can get a little something.
Yeah, and if you want to
To the
reach
next
out
show.
and like bullshit with us, I mean that's an easy way to kind of do it too.
Sure.
Like post something in there.
Yeah.
You know, and reach out and let the fan base intermingle with itself.
Yes.
You know, cross pollinate or whatever. All right, so.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this internet thing is going to take off.
One of these days, man, people are going to get hip to it, and we're going to feel like, you know, well, we're on
It's
it.
going to be out of
before-
MIT and Stanford, and it's going to be worldwide.
Yep.
What's the internet again?
Thank you,
You
Jay.
can find
Ba-dum-bum.
you can
Thank
find
you,
the
Jay.
internet at www.internet. www.
www.
Right. .w.
Yeah, interwebs.com.
Please stop. Please stop.
.org.
Biz. I think it's a biz. It's a .biz.
And that's part of hyperglobalmegacorp.com.
Is there a chat game?
Super happy fun time. All right. What was the thing we used? Super Happy ChemCorp. That was our sponsor. Super Happy.
Oh, yes.
Super Happy ChemCorp International. Oh, yes, we do have a chat game because there are people probably in the chat room. I'm hoping.
Yeah, we got Wesley and we got Zombie John.
That's the only two we need.
That's it.
These guys are the rock star
That's
of the chat room game. If you ever want to challenge these guys in the chat room game, come listen to us live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Mixlr. On the Mixlr app, you can download it for free, or you can come on your desktop.
And we have a very important task to handle in this chat game.
Mixlr.com/wicked-theory.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just trying to finish that. Oh, man. Woof. A lot of getting cut off at the pass today. All right, so I want people at home to count how many times I just give up saying whatever I was about to say.
This is New York, man. You can't pause for a
I didn't. I never paused.
second.
I took a breath. Oh, you got to be like the guy in the Micro Machines commercials to get through on this fucking show. Okay, chat room game is leftover from last week. Jay so boldly put a challenge out there.
Yeah. It's basically, you want me to do it? I'll set it up.
Yeah.
All right, listen.
The hashtag
The hashtag game is choose Uncle Jay's Twitter handle. Now, if you recall, I recently changed my Twitter handle for personal reasons. However, people are now finding it hard to find me.
Yeah, but that was the plan, to keep the FBI from tracking you down.
But now, people can't find me. Is this you?
Right.
You know what I mean?
So for one last hurrah of fun.
Choose what my Twitter handle might be.
Jay, I put 2 examples in there.
Yeah,
you want to share them with the class?
Well, we got Johnny at Walker, which is Harney fucking hard.
I like it. Booze and Star Wars.
And this is my personal favorite, which is at Captain Fuck You.
Nice. Now I want to get you the little white hat, the captain's hat with the black brim. And instead of like the little sailor anchor thing, just have it embroidered. Fuck you.
Like the Captain at Tennille?
Yeah.
Exactly. No, like what's it? The rum.
Uncle Jay and Tennille.
Captain Morgan?
Captain Morgan.
Yeah, exactly.
Either or. I just want the hat to say "fuck you" on it somewhere.
So John and Wesley, guys, chiefies,
have at it. And
have at it.
Jay will pick the best one he likes most, and then he'll switch over the.
We'll take it into consideration.
Well,
you know what I mean.
You got to pick something.
We'll say
the length of time is what's under consideration.
And I know
at Captain J Morgan Chickalese. You got to mix it with your favorite pastime, drinking.
There's a lot of ways to go, kids.
Well, I know that my Twitter handle now makes it a little uncomfortable, and
Fair enough. But
so.
I mean, wit can go along.
What handle is that?
It's at Man of Steel Books.
And as you can see, a little wit can go a long way. So remember, that's the goal: is to make Jay come up with something that Jay would want. To put on there maybe. As much as it's about being funny, it's like, hey, well, if I come up with something good,
right?
Make him actually want to do it, want to use it.
Yeah, if you want to work in at least either Uncle or Jay or both.
Yeah, I mean that.
You know
what
I mean? That would help because then people will find me. But have at it. Let's see what happens.
Uncle Jay, big bottles of booze.
Boom.
No,
on the wall.
There you go. All right. So with that, we're gonna key it over to the next little segment there, folks. You remember it. You've heard of it before.
The Leonard Skinner portion of the.
We've done it before. It's
the
the
show.
news.
Yeah, a little Molly Hatchet.
Yeah, Molly.
Something like that.
So there was a trailer that dropped this week that I was talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, for a little movie called Avengers: Infinity War.
230 views in
Independent
24
film.
hours.
Independent film.
Yeah, very independent.
230. Yeah, that's all, right?
Yeah, 230 million in 24 hours.
Oh, 230 million.
Yeah, in a day.
That's an important word there, Bill.
I said it, but I was immediately spoken over. So once again,
I guess that's why I didn't hear it.
Filmed on a
I
modest.
just heard 230. I was like, gee, wow.
Filmed on a modest $1.2 million budget, man.
Yeah, that's it. Just a little rinky dink. A couple of nobodies in it. I think.
Yeah,
A
awesome.
little special effects, maybe.
For the money, it looked good.
Yeah, well, if anything, we learned anything from Deadpool, so low budget can be a good thing.
It can work for you.
Low budget.
Now we saw Thanos without the helmet.
Yeah.
How are we feeling about this?
I'm not big on it. I mean, it looks great. I'm not saying it looks cheesy as far as CG or anything like that. I just like the design of the character better, maybe with some armor on it. It looks like he's like going to the beach that day. This is my relaxed look. That's like I'm lost looking for some stones.
He'll have the.
Oh, I'm sure we're gonna have a couple of different looks for him, like any good
I think
fashion
overall
model.
they'll look really as good though.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a pretty intense movie. So intense they had to make 2 out of it.
Oofta. It broke in half. It was so heavy.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it looks like.
Well, we've seen him twice before, so we kind of knew.
Yeah, we knew where this was
But without the
going.
helmet was kind of new.
Yeah, but to see him out, stand, and
Interacting
being
and
active and being interactive.
Yeah. So now people
That's
who saw at San Diego Comic-Con saw a trailer that was different than this. So if you saw that leaked footage that's shot from a cell phone off to the left and tilted in a wacky angle to give your neck a crink when you watch it.
Yeah.
It's really not that great of a video, but it's out there. But even in that, it's like not. I don't think it's the whole trailer, but like that trailer is supposed to be it makes this trailer feel a little lackluster because you see some kind of bigger moments.
Yeah.
And this is a lot of story build. This is the story build trailer kind of thing, a mood set kind of a thing. Kind of just shows you what's at play, and then it's not the giveaways yet.
Yeah,
You know?
but I mean, I'll be honest. They don't need to do anything more.
I mean, we don't need to see him throw a moon.
Yeah.
If 230 million views on the trailer doesn't tell you something, you know.
Yeah, this is another thing. Like, there's going to be another Black Panther trailer that probably comes out. I didn't need that first one.
You had to already.
That first one was all I needed.
Right, fair enough.
I don't need anything after that. I feel like
Yeah.
anything. It's like, all right, we got the mood of the piece. I don't need plot spoiled.
Yeah,
Like, I'm showing
good.
up to this.
I know what the deal is. I know the
Yeah.
look. I know the feel.
Although I thought he had Black Panther had a great moment in this trailer.
Oh, he's got the best line of the trailer.
Yeah.
Get that man a shield. Right now. I'm not doing the other thing I did.
No.
Okay.
No. That
was
would
not.
not be
That was
advisable.
not. I shouldn't even mention that I did a thing. But I think one of the things you're taking away from it though is like that it feels like some people are gonna die, and maybe they won't die in this one per se, but they're definitely dying in the second half. And that's what everybody's talking about, how it's all lining up with some contracts and whatnot. So it's like, who are we going to lose? Who's going to get replaced, and by what, and by who? And is Marvel going to kind of like really kind of like put the Avengers away for a while?
Well, they have to be careful with it.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's definitely something that.
Yeah, I've read a couple of articles during the past week or so. Bill and I discussed this a little bit. It seems like the next 20 or so movies, with the exception of a couple of sequels, Spider-Man being one of them, I forget the other, they got 22 in the next batch.
Right.
And aside from 2 sequels, they're all going to be new properties, more or less.
Yeah, that's like the hot list they're working from. Feige is, let that out.
I mean, which I think in the long run is a smart move, because the whole idea starts to get a little stale, and I think we're all starting to feel that, because like this past year we had 8 movies.
Right.
So the way to do things, and most of these guys are responding already, is to be creative with the properties.
Yeah, and to really kind of, I think what's going to happen too is that since you're going to get a thing where like, Marvel's maybe we're going to get a push towards Marvel's less comic booky or superhero-y kind of properties, stuff that can kind of be retrofit, or kind of like, granted Marvel stuff is always kind of like, well, trying to humanize or ground these things, but like more like how the X-Men are doing it, kind of like now, where it's like, well, what's the secondary genre we could do with this thing? You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah.
Like was it the New Mutants? Is that the horror the horror movie? Right.
Yeah, they got that going. And Deadpool's like, it's a rated R hard comedy kind of thing, and these kinds of switch ups. But I don't know how deep it goes, because Marvel's upfront characters, even when you start to get back catalog like a little bit, like what they're going to start getting now, they're still kind of like comic booky, superhero-y. in general.
But I think if you get away from the A-listers. To the characters that people don't know so well,
Right.
then you can have more fun with those characters. So you can do more things.
Moon Knight's still up in the air.
I think Moon Knight is a phenomenal way to go for something now, because you start getting into, especially after the success of Doctor Strange.
Right.
You know what I mean? And Legion, because you have these more psychedelic, mind-bending kind of moments that in the past that wouldn't necessarily have been thought to be workable.
Right.
But now they've been proven to work.
Sure. You could do more experimental things.
Right.
Yeah.
And make those experimental things more mainstream by doing them.
Sentry is another character they've kind of kicked around, and Sentry's got a convoluted kind of setup. I won't even get into it, but if you know it at all, like, I mean, that's a kind of an interesting take, because it's one of these things where it's like, he's a character who kind of forgot who he is, but he's like super duper fucking powered and stuff, I think any other secondary characters people might want to see? Kind of.
Well, I think what's going to happen now with like the X-Men, not to bring Fox into it, but
fair enough. But
as an example, you got Cable, right?
Right.
Cable's backstory is so convoluted.
Right. Yeah.
You could just get away from all the hardcore team up stuff, and you could do him in like 5 fucking movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think that's going to be their plan. I think, to be honest with you, the idea is that once Cable's...
I'm not talking about like X-Force and that.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I mean, I'm talking about do 5 movies just on Cable and everything that's gone on around him.
Yeah, no, it's true.
I mean, he's the son of
Jean Grey and Cyclops. Well,
actually, Madeline Pryor and Cyclops, who is a clone.
Bob gets a point.
Who is a clone of Jean Grey.
From
Okay.
from
From an alternate universe.
fair
right?
enough. It's like hell or demons or some
Right.
shit. Bob gets
So-
2 points.
So I mean, but then you got who he was brought. He was taken from this reality, this timeline, and brought into the future to be raised by his sister, who actually is acting like she's his mother.
Oh man. Close.
Right.
Close.
She's basically running around like as the mother figure.
He is kind of raised for a while, like by
In a post-apocalyptic
yes,
future.
yes. But also too, I thought you were going there. Is that like Jean and Scott at one point, like end up in the future in other people's bodies and raise him for a while.
Oh, there's that.
Yeah, there's that. And then
Give Bill a couple of bells
And
for
then
that.
don't forget Strife,
Ed, remove the bell, please.
who was his cloned.
This is our moment.
Apocalypse made him into the cloned doppelganger. It was like a big reveal, and at one
Right.
point they tried to say he was the original, real Cable, but that was all just malarkey. It was a
Right.
double. It was a double fake
Right.
out.
And don't forget about his son, who was brought up by none other than
I'm now I'm blanking.
Apocalypse.
Was his son brought up by No, because Apocalypse is the one who takes him.
Just ring that fucking
Right.
thing.
Snatches him from Jean and Scott.
Oh no! Then it was Thanos.
At some point,
because Thanos is in there too.
fair enough.
Bring it
wait.
again.
No. We went off the rail. We went off the rail.
I thought Hawkman was complicated.
Right. So that's just the immediate family.
So basically, what it comes down to now, it's mutants with time travel, much like the other thing is mutants with horror stuff.
Right. And
Now
that
we can go
doesn't-
sci-fi.
Right.
Why-
and
why-
that doesn't
why don't-
include
why-
being infected by the
Technovirus.
technovirus.
Yes.
Which
Right.
is so he's not a cyborg,
Right.
but he is kind of a cyborg.
And
But
he
he
uses,
bas- he
and
uses
his
the
psionic
data.
abilities. Don't forget, he's got psionic, like mental powers, but to struggle to keep
Right.
his body from rejecting the technovirus usually kind of keeps those powers
Right.
dulled because he's always trying to keep
he's
that
so
going.
he's so hyper powerful he can keep that at bay and still use his powers
Yeah.
for other
All
reasons.
right.
Guys,
Yeah.
let's
Cable's awesome.
let's just say
And he had the powers of a god at one point too. remember?
Probably.
let's just say he's
Probably.
let's just say he's fucked up beyond rehabilitation.
That's true.
Right.
I
That's
think
true, too.
that's-
That's
the
true, too.
whole going back to the original point though was that you could have just like drama movies
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fair enough.
based
Yeah.
on him, and you'd have to have like 4 because
was
it
an
would be
original
too
point to it?
confusing.
All right. Somehow we were talking about Avengers.
Yes.
Yes.
Jay went to the store, came back. He ate a hoagie and a bag of chips.
Exactly.
In that whole time.
And Scotch.
Scotch.
I have one thing just to add on this,
Didn't
and
get
that's
me nothing.
going for like what they said about the next 22 films that they want to do.
Sure.
As far as the new main characters, they have to be very, very careful
Right.
on who they kill off or who they think they might kill off because you don't want to alienate people either,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to Iron Man, Thor, or Captain America.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
We can probably postulate on a bunch of them. I mean,
You know what I
'cause
mean?
Look that up. Look that up.
Because we're gonna-
Postulate.
I mean, I can already see like killing Tony
extrapolate
Stark
from what we know.
being very, very, very controversial, and it's going to definitely alienate a lot of fans.
There's a lot of like just movie fan base now.
They have to
Yeah.
tiptoe around this, you know
Yeah.
what I mean, and give it some required thought. So I mean, something's
Well,
going to happen in the second film.
Yeah, we're going to get a lot of deaths.
I don't think it's going to be any major,
Right.
or definitely something that's going to be open-ended. I
Yes.
think.
Okay,
Yes,
postulate.
Okay.
It's a verb. Suggest or assume the existence, fact, or truth of something as a basis for reasoning, discussion, or belief.
Shit.
Also, in ecclesiastical law, nominate or elect
All right,
someone
hold on, hold
to
on.
an
The first one was good enough, I
ecclesiastical
think. Yeah.
office, subject, or sanction of a higher
All right,
authority.
he's got to read
You
that
gotta
whole.
finish, you gotta finish.
And as
Here's your 9 pages.
and
There
as,
it is.
as it's also a noun, which is a thing suggested or assumed is true,
Right,
as the
right,
basis
right.
for reasoning,
Okay.
discussion, or belief. So I believe he would.
He gets a bell?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The first verb definition
Covered it.
was used correctly.
Okay.
All right.
Now,
All right, we're
Ed,
good.
look up tangential real quick.
Oh,
You see what I did there?
Tangentially.
That was very cute. It was very
cute. It was adorable.
It was very cute. Are we?
On to the next thing?
Are we on? Are we ready?
Yeah, let's move.
All right.
What are we doing?
So some
Even if we're not, we have to.
some DC TV news.
Yes.
Yeah, so we've got the Titans TV show, which is going to be on DC's streaming service,
Yes.
which is yet to be named.
But we know it'll cost you.
Yes. Brenton Thwaites has already been cast as Dick Grayson.
Yes.
But we got a first look of him in the Robin costume.
Yeah, like a, shadowy kind of from the middle of the chest up. But it looks pretty faithful. It sold me. I'm like, all right, rocking. It ain't much to go on, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
If I was a Robin fan, that would probably be my profile pick right now.
Yeah.
If I was a big Robin lover.
Mm-hmm. It's very much Tim Drake, mid-90s.
Yes.
Lover.
What are you, a Robin lover?
L-O-V-A.
Lover. L-U-V-A. Lover.
I think given recent events, it's better to say Robin enthusiast than lover.
Fair enough. But
then it sounds like you fuck birds.
Yeah, it's funny though. You said this guy's last name.
Yes, that's the problem. Is that you're a bird?
Hey, do you fuck bird?
Hey, whoa, my headphones.
It's like a nice way of saying the bird. They here's a perfect example. On an episode of South Park.
Uh-oh.
Very first season, they had the chicken lover.
That's true. That's true. It's true.
Because I don't dig people who fuck bird.
Would that be bestiality or like its own other thing?
What that cock ever do to you? You know what I mean?
Or would it be fouliality?
Yeah.
We're dealing with layers here, folks.
Hey.
Layers of wits.
Hey, maybe that's why the chicken crossed the road.
All right,
You got to work blue.
Now we went too far.
You got to work blue. Ring the bell.
I love the buzzer. Buzzer feels like home.
Hey,
All
man,
right.
Hey, man, after those Thanksgiving jokes, you have no excuse.
You can check out
Thank you, Ed.
Check out the Thanksgiving episode on our Patreon account at patreon.com/wickedtheory. It's free. All right, so there's that.
Yeah.
He looked cool. Go check it out.
Cool.
Look for it if you haven't seen it.
Next up, some sad news.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I'm making you a little nervous.
Yeah. So American Gods on Stars.
Yeah, which is a favorite around here.
Showrunners
Yes.
Brian Fuller and Michael Green have stepped down.
Oh.
So they've kind of like, it doesn't really get into why or any kind of specifics, but Brian Fuller's involved with like way too many projects. So I'm sure it's one of these things where like, hey, I'll leave it in good hands, but I can't balance this with everything else.
Somebody Weinstein.
Well, if that's the case,
That's what happened. Somebody Weinstein, but it's not getting out there. There's no proof yet.
That's what I thought the article was going to bring me to. To be honest with you, that's exactly what my conditioning has told me was going to be the reason.
Somebody fondled Kristen Chenoweth. I'm telling you. That's exactly what happened.
All right, well,
Well, if that's the case, if what he's saying is the case, then okay, hey, fine. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Right. They're dying. They're dying.
Yeah.
They're dying.
Yeah.
They're dying. I'll carry it. Go. All right.
So go ahead. So they left. Who's
trying not
who's
to
watching? So who's taking over? Do they know?
They I think they did name somebody. It seems like it's in good hands, but we'll see how it goes because a couple of the articles were kind of locked up on the idea, like it started pretty strong,
Right.
and then a lot of people were like, like a little middling with the ending of the season and stuff like that, where it kind of ended up because I think it kind of started like really like highbrow. And kind of settled into some place where like a lot of people didn't think it was going to go.
Right.
So they kind of left some audiences middle. So I don't think they're going to change gears or anything.
No, I think what they're doing is absolutely freaking awesome.
Yeah, I loved it.
You mean like a Neil Gaiman story?
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Like a true Neil Gaiman story. It's like, oh, this is an amazing setup, but you went over here. Okay, this is still cool. Just not quite as epic maybe as I thought it was going to be.
No. Neil Gaiman's all about really thought-provoking with a very beautiful thin layer of whimsy.
Yes. Oof. It is so like a dust coating of whims.
Yeah.
It's not even whimsy. It's just whims. He's just very whims. A lot of whims.
Yeah. Rumor is that Gaiman may come on as a co-showrunner, but he's also developing an adaptation of Good Omens,
Which actually this week had a picture of John Hamm come out in character. John Hamm's and John Hamm. Ham.
I gotta find
For anybody who's a fan of Ponyo. Who doesn't love Ponyo?
So you guys okay now?
Yeah, fine.
All right, just want to make sure. Did the defibrillator have to come out? I felt like we might have had to get some resuscitation.
I crack myself up sometimes.
Boy, do you?
Yeah.
but by the way, Jay, you're the worst.
Well, yeah, it's terrible, right? I know, it's terrible.
So, speaking of the worst,
Oh, your favorite writer, Bill.
my favorite writer on a project I really don't care about, but I mean I did watch a lot of it. David S. Goyer. Goyer.
And what do we know David S. Goyer from, Bill?
Like 60 different comic book adaptions, and like and middling sci-fi / dark toned movies.
I mean, most notably Blade.
Sure.
Blade 2.
Batman Begins.
Sure.
Dark
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight Rises.
Yes. I don't think he's a credited screenwriter on Dark Knight.
It's still his script
it's
that
his
was
story.
worked.
Yeah. He got a story credit. And Batman vs Superman.
Batman vs Superman, and a lot of other stuff.
And Man
if you
of
go through
Steel.
his IMDb, you'll see that he's like, after Blade, he turned into like.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't list script development stuff that he was attached to, but he was attached to everything at some point or another. If it's got a guy in a cape who's brooding,
He's a heavy hitter in Hollywood in writing superhero films.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like sometimes he's a hit or a miss a little bit. But he's on. They're giving Masters of the Universe another shot.
It's been in development hell for years.
Please don't.
I just want him to wear the pink shirt. If he wears the pink cut-off sleeve shirt, open down to like the first fucking abdomen.
I am
muscle.
Adam.
I am Adam.
I am Adam.
And it's like Jesus Christ.
So get ready to wish this movie was brighter.
Yes,
You know who they can get? They can get the guy from Star Trek Discovery, the engineer who now is also the engine.
I'm sure the script is in Chris Hemsworth's agency's office.
He plays Stamens or Stamets. I think that's the guy's name, Stamets.
My magic sword and said, "By the power of Grayskull."
So what we want
He
to
could do that, Adam, very naturally.
So what we want to hit at is that he did write a script, but he's in talks to direct.
Yes.
Now, I'm not a big fan of Goyer as a director. I was not a fan of Blade Trinity. There was another one he did, The Unborn, I believe. That wasn't very good.
The most powerful man in the universe.
Was he really though?
Only 3 others share this secret.
Because that's
Our friends.
Why?
because that's the
I
thing.
didn't see him move planets or
If
nothing.
you were the most powerful man in the universe, would you have more than 3 friends? I'm just thinking.
No,
I'm just-
he had more than 3 friends.
Maybe he's got an anger issue where
Wait.
when you piss him off, he's like
His mom and
he just
dad
pops
don't
your head.
count. His mom and dad don't count as friends. I watched this show. These 3, he lists off his friends.
She-Ra was a friend, or was that family?
That's family. Doesn't count. They have to know you.
The evil forces of Skeletor.
And that's basically a friend. They a couple times they did have to work together. So I think Skeletor's like a reluctant friend. It's like that douchebag down the block.
Well, we don't know anything about their off-screen
I don't
relationship.
know if I can agree with that.
I mean, why? Like, you don't think tangentially? You don't think he's a friend?
tangentially, I don't think it works.
They do fight like a couple of friends who are mad at each other.
That's what I mean. Like,
Who did Cobra Commander have to befriend in the fucking G.I. Joe movie when he was transforming into
Deathstroke.
something?
Just Deathstroke.
Who was carrying him?
Oh, when he was a snake?
Yeah.
And that pitiful thing?
Yeah. Was it Roadblock?
Shit, it was Roadblock.
Yeah, was it Roadblock? They had to have some sort of mutual
Roadblock,
friendship in order to.
Yeah, and I think.
But I wouldn't say they were
Damn, I hate
friends.
carrying this snake. This snake be slithering all the time.
What are you talking about? That's disgusting.
You have to put S's on everything for no reason.
That's right. They
Well, you
became
gotta,
a snake,
you gotta find a way to put an S word in there.
fucking
So
globulous.
the best. But yeah, so there's that. So He-Man's back in production.
We'll see. We'll see.
Speaking of something in production, Jay can take this one. Please.
Oh, give me some 70s music,
All right,
please.
hold on.
All right, we need some 70s
Yeah,
music
we
for
got
this.
something.
Because a very, very popular blaxploitation film
Oh yeah.
is getting a reboot
All right.
after 2 sequels from
Yeah.
the 70s.
Yeah. Where did you rate this one in your
In the
list?
blaxploitation canon?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very popular. Everyone knows this one. I mean, as soon as I mention it, Bob's going to go, oh, yeah.
Which one is this?
This is Cleopatra Jones.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, that's good. Tamara Dobson. I don't know. She was a.
She was like like at the level of like the ladies' version of Shaft. more
Yeah,
or
I mean,
less.
she was-
not that she was that character, but like socially,
Right.
Like the series. The
And
movies.
Tamara Dobson was not quite Pam Grier, but she was like there.
Yeah.
And they did 2, because Cleopatra Jones made cash. So they made a sequel that wasn't very well, but
Yeah.
that was called Cleopatra Jones and the Casino of Gold. You know what I mean? It had this kind of music throughout. Yeah.
Oh, it's about to get on.
Yeah, baby. So, Cleopatra Jones remake is in the works, and they got Misha Green, who is basically a script consultant and a script editor and a script writer on things like Spartacus and I don't know. Do you have her name listed in there? Heroes. She did a couple
Yeah.
episodes of Heroes. What else? We mentioned it.
Yeah, stuff.
Underground. Was that one?
Underground, WGN.
The WGN
Yeah.
show.
So, she's active. She's got a great budding career, and this is in good hands, I think.
But I actually see this being a big thing. You know what I mean? If they actually put some real names and some real money into it, something like this would work today, I think.
Absolutely.
So we'll look forward to that, and that'll conclude the meanwhile.
I mean, the news. The news.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes.
That's all the news you can use.
I am drinking, so excuse me.
That's true. Jay is drunk.
No, not yet. Well,
okay.
no,
Well,
not yet.
You just double-checked right there?
There you go.
Meanwhile, you people and your obsessions. So this week we've watched some stuff. We've taken in some pop culture-y goodness, and this is the part where we kind of like give recommendations and whatnots and let you know what we watch. I caught some episodes of Future Man on Hulu, which is a lot of fun. And actually, I didn't catch any this weekend. I caught it during the week, and I kind of want to go back right now that I'm thinking about it. I'm like, oh, that was fun. So it's a sci-fi comedy thing, time travel stuff. It's got Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg on producer credits at some point. But I'm just trying to let you know like where it's at. But they're not. I don't think they're hard involved with script writing and stuff. I think there's a couple other creators that kind of like it's a little bit more their project. But it is, it's got great dick jokes and herpes jokes, and it's got David Keith, or Keith David, the guy from Spawn, who did the voice of Spawn.
Keith David.
Yeah.
From The Thing and They Live.
He's got a form of herpes on his lip. It's pretty funny.
Motherfucker.
I got this herpes on my lip. Boy, that drove him to become a scientist. So we'll leave that at that.
Well.
It's a character development.
I always liked him in Armageddon. I wouldn't trust these guys with a potato gun.
With a potato gun.
I do like the fact that he still confused the two guys.
Well,
actors.
it's the name. It's
Keith
just the
David and David Keith.
You put them side by side, you ain't mixing them up. Trust me, I know that.
Very different.
They're very different, I know. But it's a default thing. And he's been getting it for years.
Same era of film, though.
He's like, I know all about it.
Like Dermot McDermott?
Yeah. So it's got the kid Josh, who I think was PETA in Hunger Games. I think he's PETA in Hunger Games.
Which one is that?
Or he's just a funny kid. I don't know, but he's good in this.
PETA.
Just kid Josh something.
Pain in the ass. That's PETA.
Josh Hutcherson?
That's it, Josh Hutcherson. Yeah, and if you haven't seen him be funny in anything, he's actually pretty. He's got some good little comedy chops as to being the straight man kind of a thing. But I had a lot of fun with it, and I can't wait to go back. So that's a recommendation for me. And that's all I got really this week. Sorry. Well, I'm a little lean.
Lean mean. You want me to go next?
Yeah, why not?
I actually finally watched The Hitman's Bodyguard.
Hey.
Oh, funny stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I have to concur with Ed because I know Ed,
wait a minute.
No, because
Ring a
he
bell.
actually mentioned something, and I agree with him. I think Selma Hayek should be considered for something. She was phenomenal in it. Oh my God,
Yeah.
I laughed my ass off. She steals.
She steals a movie.
every scene she's in. Man.
Wow.
She is hot.
You don't understand. It's
It's a comedy
It's a different
thing.
Salma Hayek
It's a
performance.
whole different thing. Just you could take a 5-minute break.
Yeah, exactly.
Best line of the movie, but when you understand it in context,
Definitely. It's so much fun, and Reynolds and Jackson are great together. They work off each other well. It's nothing extravagant in terms of writing, but it's just fun watching them.
It's really more about that, right?
Yeah, it's just fun watching them like go back and forth on each other.
Right.
But seriously, in all seriousness, now and it's a comedy. Salma Hayek does some really great stuff here, and, and that's the kind of stuff that I wish. Like Ampas would take more attention to as far as comedic roles because she fucking nails it and she's hilarious.
You want to tell anybody else what Ampas is?
Ampas is the jerk-offs that run the Academy.
the Academy for
It is the Academy.
The Academy for Motion Picture Arts and Sciences.
And jag-offs.
I mean, if you're gonna throw it around like that, because I rarely hear anybody throw that around.
You're gonna have to delete this
You
episode.
should just say the Academy.
You have to delete this episode if something happens in a year.
Well,
I remember
you better start watching what you're saying then.
on
Same thing I told Tom.
On Jay's first ever appearance on the Wicked Theory podcast, I remember him mentioning, I got serious issues with Ampas.
I remember. Let's we'll get to that.
So now your back of the catalog will be like, I got ing.
Just pockets missing. Just big.
I say it.
Hey, I was checking the back catalog. There's like a minute and a half missing from this one episode. Oh, that was a rant, I think.
We'll give Wesley the job to like edit shit.
Oh my God, someone's gonna have to do it. 'Cause it ain't gonna happen otherwise. All right. Yep. All right. So that's a recommendation. That's a cash for you.
Hey, it's a cash. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And cash is a recommendation.
I got the steel book. Yeah, that just to add a little flavor.
You
there.
technically stashed it.
Not the Man of Steel book.
No, it's well, a man of steel books buying the steel book of Hitman Bodyguard. So it's fun.
Cool.
Fair enough. All right.
So I got two quick things. One thing I'll just go over quickly. Halt and Catch Fire. Season 4 is ended. Actually, which was the last season of the show.
Okay.
I just started digging into it. This is a show I really liked. The last season lagged a little bit, but it's really picked up. The idea with this show, it's it started
Silicon Valley?
Yeah, it's Silicon Prairie. These guys who started out in Texas building computers.
Silicon Gully.
Yeah, and
I gotcha.
yeah, each season deals with them going
Like
on
Fern Gully.
a different
In case you're wondering where I was going with.
a different technological advancement. The first one was about them building the first laptop.
Oh, okay. Compelling. On paper.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
But this takes place in the early '90s, at the beginning of the browser wars.
Right.
And
Wait, is it Fern Gully that got you, Jay, or was it the
Because
laptop?
you just made me think of something. Because I did see Fern Gully in the theater, and I was really high when I did it. You know what I mean? And I got to tell you,
Back in those days.
that's an after show story.
After show story. Remember,
Uncle Jay's Fern Gully story.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
So yeah, Halt and Catch Fire. Check it out. It's some really good. Lee Pace, Scoot McNairy, Mackenzie Davis.
Lee Pace
Yes.
from Marvel movies.
Yes.
That's where I know
And
him.
Hobbit movies.
Yeah. This is
That too.
and he is like completely transformed over the course of these 4 seasons.
Okay. Some
Like, he's-
character growth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really different, but and just really tour de force performance for him.
You know, and he's actually a very solid actor. Lee Pace. He's in Lincoln too, briefly. You know what I mean? He's every time I see him, he's just better and better and better.
He's like
he's
like the modern day John Cusack.
Yeah, but I think
but he's
Looks wise.
I see an Oscar in Lee Pace's future. Not
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're definitely deleting this episode of the year.
Damn, no one's working in
I'll
the future.
tell you this much: Lee Pace is so good. He's actually from Oklahoma, but you'd swear he's British.
Yeah.
Even
You
though
know what? You're right.
he speaks with an American accent, you would swear that motherfucker's British.
Yeah. If he all of a sudden, like, if I heard an interview and he was all like, "Yeah, we're just giving it a go,"
He's honorary British.
You know, I would be like, "Oh shit," you know. I'm like, "All right, figures, another one." But
So
all
he'll
right.
be on Walking Dead soon.
Yeah, and the other thing we did reference earlier, but I do want to dig into a little bit is the Crisis on Earth X crossover between Supergirl,
Crisis
Arrow,
on
Flash,
Earth X.
and Legends of Tomorrow.
On Earth X.
Yes.
Or is it Earth 10?
No, it's Earth X.
Okay, because it's actually Earth 53.
Yes.
Because they realized,
Yeah.
we ran out of, we have to add one on for this story.
Yeah.
It's like, I found 52, and then what's his name? HR was like, well, no, there's actually 53. I found the 53rd one. Thank you.
No, there's a 53rd one that no one ever wants to go to.
Right. Well, the 53rd one, we didn't know was there because at the time the writers' room was like, we'll just say we got 52. Then it's like, well, we're gonna stick to the official 52. And if so, is there a Nazi one? Because we want to do that. And if not, we have to make another one.
Yeah, no, there are 52 Earths that, you could probably hang out in. And then there's this other one that, it's off limits.
No.
You stay away from.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Earth X discovered interdimensional travel.
As Nazis do.
But now, does the multiverse stop at 53? Or
I don't know. I guess we're going to find out.
I heard people were calling it Oliver in the High Tower.
Yeah, maybe it's infinite Earths. Yeah. But Barry and Iris from The Flash got married, or they were going to, and invited all of the heroes from the Berlantiverse in attendance.
Yeah.
Or at least the ones that they could afford in the first episode.
Right. Yes.
And then the wedding was crashed by Nazis from Earth X, led by doppelgangers of Supergirl,
of course,
Arrow.
all conveniently wearing masks.
Yeah, and the Reverse Flash. And this was a huge romp. Lots of fun. Incredible action scenes. I defy you. Watch the first 10 minutes of that and see how much effort and money that they put into this.
Well, don't watch it too close. Because there's some continuity fucking issues. All right? Because much like anything, I could tear this apart if I wanted to. Because, all right.
I don't know, pal.
Let me tell you, pal. Let me tell you about guns. Let me tell you how guns work, okay? All right? If you have a scene where there's a bunch of Nazis with guns and one guy catches 5 bullets, but the guns are going constantly in the background, okay?
Right. Yeah. As he's catching them, it's like.
Well, that's one of the things I noticed. That all of a sudden we would cut to 2 people, and the guns would just be going in the background like crazy, but no one getting shot. And Barry only catches bullets like a couple of times, but the guns just keep going and going and going. Meanwhile, Barry should have just collected all the guns. Like that's what you do with the Flash.
Really?
Like when you don't want to, like you want to do the dodge on the guns, just do a dodge hard.
You know what, man? You know what, man?
I should have been in the writers' room.
You know what, man? There are 35 other heroes in that church who need to fight Nazis.
And time continuity is tough if we're jumping around.
They can't let Flash end the scene before it starts.
Well, no. Well, he just takes the guns and then like he leaves with them to go hide them, and then everybody
He's
else
just taking the guns from all the peripheral guys right off the bat. This way, they have to fight hand to hand, and nobody has to die.
Right. And you know what you could have done too? Not have a corny thing where all of a sudden somebody has a bow and arrow for Arrow. Like, where'd you get this bow and arrow? I found it underneath the pew. Because we're in a church. Like, I don't even know where that guy got the bow. It wasn't even his class. Like, someone had it, right?
Yeah, someone brought it just in case.
Yeah. I have a collapsible bow and arrow set.
Because we all have like 2 or 3 friends in our circle of friends that plays with bows and arrows.
But you know what? You know what? In this group,
you know what? But I would have much rather. It would be more believable if he didn't have a weapon and he was just kicking ass hand and foot. You know what I mean? And get to see him do that because you don't see him do that. You know what I mean? You forget how like formidable he's supposed to be in hand to hand because he's always just slinging arrows as fast as the CG will let me.
No, he does a lot of jumping and running around. You know, remember they cast him because he's a parkour guy.
Oh, that's true. He can do a salmon ladder like a motherfucker.
Yeah, and there's a great move in there where he just goes to Cisco, he just goes to Vibe and say, "Hey, breach me," and he opens up a portal and like he jumps on top of the Dark Arrow.
Right.
Yeah,
there is some cool. They do some fun stuff. I'm not going to knock it completely.
You've got some great action bits in here. It is really worth watching. And for more in-depth analysis and commentary on it, check out Sarah Netzley and I's DC TV.
If you want like a much more responsible kind of review, you know, people who are going to actually like kind of like call it for what it is, but like not be all bent out of shape like me.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
You just did a free plug, you bastard. You bastard.
I will say that, like,
but
we called so much of that shit early on.
But you know what?
You
know what? I got a day off tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
I think while I'm doing my laundry, I'm gonna rewatch that crossover, and then maybe in the afternoon, I might stroll down to the Cineplex and catch Justice League for the 4th time.
No, 4 times, man.
He's gonna OD on DC.
Like you with Star Wars, man.
Yeah.
I did Force Awakens 4 times.
Yeah.
So I get it.
So happy that that's a good movie, aren't you?
And, and you know what? I'm actually a little disappointed that this wasn't a Fathom event.
Yeah.
Not a Fathom
I'd
event.
like to ask you, Ed, how many times have you seen Wonder Woman? Because that was a really good movie.
Wonder Woman, I think I saw 3 times in theaters.
Okay. See, if you had said once, I would have been like, okay.
Oh, no. This guy's going to eat all that shit up until he fucking turns green with it. All right. So, if that's that, kids, let's let's get into some shit right now. Oof.
What's that?
We're going to go,
Oh, wow.
we're going to get down, we're going to get funky.
And we have to read all these things.
Uncle Jay.
Why don't you do it at the end?
What was that?
Why don't you do it at the end?
Can someone cut half the
this is a
bottom
chat
of the
room
list
game.
off so
okay.
that Ed don't have to read all these things?
What was that?
Can someone cut the
there's
bottom
a
of the
lot,
list
right?
off so that Ed don't have to read all these things?
I'll read them.
Well, he's got to be able to choose, and we're not going to let...
I'll tell you what. Let me read the first. Like.
Oh, wow. Okay, now keep going. If
No,
they're
it's-
good, keep them up there.
Start it up, buddy.
All right. So, we got now
You want me to
each one of them has "at"
Yeah,
in front of them.
fair enough.
So I'm just gonna read them down.
Yeah.
Okay. We got Straight Out of Newark, King of Laserdisc,
Not bad.
Puffs on Cigar,
Nah.
which is probably my Dances with Wolves name.
Right, yes.
Smoke, Booze, and the Thermal Detonator.
Okay.
Leia's my left hand.
Wow, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. Leia is my
The
left hand.
Thing from Newark. I like
That's
it.
not
I
bad.
like it a lot. Uncle Jay's Thing.
There you go.
Uncle Jay's Filth. Everyone's uncle.
Not bad.
Filthy motherfucker. Free Bird with exclamation points. 7 of them. Uncle Cash.
Uncle Cash.
Uncle Micah Rooker.
Nice.
The last Uncle Jay.
I like it a lot.
More uncle than human. Uncle, fuck you.
There you
Master of fucks. The Uncle J report.
Nice.
Tangentially offended.
Oh, man.
Uncle Flugine.
Nice.
Uncle of Steel. Uncle J of Steel.
Nice.
From Newark with love or a twist, or with a twist, from Newark with fucks.
Nice. That sounds like you.
Fuck Wars, Revenge of Uncle J. Tangentially offensive. That's better. Uncle He-J. Uncle He-J. Royale with Chickalees.
Oh, I love it. Nice.
Dr. J, or how I learned to fuck off and drink Walker?
Yeah.
Oh, drink Walker, okay. Johnny Imperial Walker. Kylo J, Uncle Voorhees.
Not bad.
Thank God I'm a Newark boy.
Thank God I'm a Newark boy.
BVS, Dawn of Jastus. The Dark Fuck Rises. Formerly Peter Sellers. And last but not least, the Uncle J Awakens Hungover. This is something I need to think over, because there's a lot of fucking good ones here.
So we should come back to you at the end of the show, maybe? And that's where
I don't know. I think I'm going to mull it over through the week, and I'll make a decision, because these are fucking great. These are better than...
Wow. Wait. We thought you were going to pick something.
No, I gotta think about this. There's a lot here.
All right, but the whole idea was that you were
the whole idea.
To be fair, this is a big decision that Jay has.
This
He's not keeping it forever. He's keeping it for a week.
No. I'm not doing it. I'm not changing it anymore. I got to think about it, and I'll maybe I'll do the announce the winner on next week's show.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. So with that,
we don't always give a winner for every chat room game. You know that, right?
No, we don't. But the whole point, I think, what we said last week was that you said, I think, last week, and I'll hold it and I'll keep it for a week.
I don't remember it that way.
Well, maybe not.
I remember
But
him.
either way,
just
Jay.
doing-
I mean, there was the one with the Royale with Chickalees. That was like
That is
everyone that one blew it up.
I know. I like it.
I don't know.
But,
Why do you even have to think about it?
because I have to keep my last name out of it for what I need to do it for.
Okay.
Know what I mean?
So you say that
substitute Royale with
maybe
Jay.
one of these will. So whichever one you pick, you're going to keep forever, or
Yeah, probably. There's a lot of good ones
okay.
here.
In that case,
the thing is,
I thought you were only going to do it for a week. So
You
I
can
was like,
only-
well, what's the just pick something.
you can only change it a couple times. The name,
true.
and I've done it already once.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
I want to carefully mull it over.
All right. Well,
If that's okay with you.
that's fine with me.
Okay.
Just keep in mind, the list is here.
Yeah, I see it.
I'm just saying, like, if you want to come back to the list during the week, you know, what I mean, this usually sits in here until the next week.
I
so.
got access to it.
I know you do. It's in the document. All right, so
I got it. It's mine.
So people have that to look forward to. Sick fuck.
I'll tell you what. If it happens to be a certain someone, I'll send them a little something.
Yeah, that's cool.
How about that?
No, that's definitely cool, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's a
I'll
sweet.
send somebody a Betamax.
You know what they say? That's a real sweetheart move.
Yeah,
that's a real
it
sweet.
is.
That's a real sweetheart move.
Exactly.
All right, so now.
Now, if it's Agent Palmer, I'm going to make him delete his Christmas fucking...
Maybe we should have kept the names off these entries because Royale with Chickalees.
Roy, was his?
Yeah,
Well, I'm not using that one. I just said that right off the bat.
because it's got your name.
It's got my last name in
It's
it.
got your last name. You want to go with something that's.
But that's beautiful.
Maybe has J.
That
but
was,
not
that was
necessarily-
beautiful. That was nice
Yeah.
writing, Agent Palmer, and I'll give you credits on that.
Because damn,
But fuck that Christmas list of
I
yours.
might use fucking J. Royale with Chickalees.
Well, then I
might
think
use
you
it.
got to go with from Newark with fucks.
Some of the there's
Some of them are just so good.
Can I say that I mean, first of all, I like Straight Outta Newark.
Yeah,
Right off the bat, I like my Dances with Wolves name.
sure.
Puffs
sure.
on Cigar.
Puffs on
Yeah, that's a good one.
But the Thing from Newark kind of reached out at me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Uncle Jay's Thing,
The Thing from the Newark.
because that's like Casa Nostra.
Yeah.
You know, our thing?
Yeah.
Uncle Jay's thing.
I know.
Uncle Jay's
Yeah,
Nostra.
I got it. Shush. They're listening.
And Leia's my left hand is grabbing at me.
All right, so we're gonna let you mull that over a little further.
Oh, I get it.
Hey, you're sharp. All right, so with that, you know what? We teased this also last week that our buddy Wesley had contributed to the show, which other people can do too. We have an email address for that stuff, but Wesley sent us some lightning round questions.
Uh-oh.
Like 4 sets?
Yeah, we got enough for everybody.
Wow, that means I got to be alert.
Yeah. Now's the time. Shake it off. Suicide.
Get some caffeine in the system.
Sober. Whatever it is you do when it's time to drive and you're drunk at the bar. Not you, Jay. I just happened to be looking at you when I said that. I'm sorry.
Because when you see alcohol, you think of me, right?
Well, I just know you were out having a couple last night at the bar.
I don't like that shit.
And I was thinking in my head, I hope this guy didn't drive home last night. Because you were talking about how much you were drinking, and I was feeling bad for you.
Fucking stereotyping.
He lives in Newark. He took the path home.
Yeah, I'm stereotyping guys who drink.
Just because I'm drinking like Mountain Dew and Johnny Walker. It's not bad, actually.
You're keeping it real,
good.
buddy. You're keeping it real.
It's going right down.
You're keeping it real, delicious.
I'm
all right,
falling asleep and waking up at the same time.
So, like I said, Wesley sent us some questions to use for the lightning round.
Can you play Mr. Belvedere and then your thing?
Sure.
And then the lightning round.
Fair enough. Oh, yeah, good call.
Oh, you're going to pass them around.
Yeah. I wanted to kind of overlap that a little bit more, but next time. All right, so basically, it's lightning round. It's the game. It's hard to lose. So I didn't look at any of these, but I cut them up into little slips. So everybody just kind of take one. All right, and then I am left with this one here. All right, all right, shake it off, kids. This is it. I'm taking off my jacket.
Going counterclockwise or clockwise?
Well, I'll go clowner.
As I say clowner? Yeah.
CL.
Well, we just going to start with you and go to the right?
Yeah, so does that mean I read or I get...
You should start reading.
I should read to...
And then you would read to me,
Okay.
and then we'll go this way.
Fair enough.
Yeah, give me a minute.
And then Jen.
Give me a minute. Actually...
So you read to me, I read to Ed, Ed reads to Jay, Jay reads to you.
All right, here we go. Brother Bob, are you ready?
Yes.
What's that sound?
Farts.
What is the best Halloween costume?
Lumberjack.
What is the advantage of one lightsaber over another?
This one matches my suit.
Okay. TV's new reality show features 8 washed-up celebrities living with blank. 8 washed-up celebrities living with...
Corey Feldman.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Wow. Wait a minute. Okay. Well, are they more washed up than he is?
No follow-ups.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, next one. Who was the greatest pimp of them all?
Sugar Bear.
Okay. Why do Fruit Loops come in different colors if they all taste the same?
Because Uncle Jay.
What is Batman thinking right now?
Why does this toilet paper have my picture on it?
Okay. In the new Star Wars movie, Jar Jar struggles with blank for the first time.
Not getting shot in the head.
Okay. Fair enough. What will always get Aquaman laid? What will always get Aquaman laid?
That telekinesis he's got going on.
The fish talk. Wonder Woman guidelines prohibit no what on the Invisible Jet?
No toilets.
No toilets on the Invisible Jet. Bob, that's the last question. Somehow you have survived.
I survived. Wow.
You have survived.
I thought I did all right.
A lightning strike. I think you did too. All right.
So now I go to Ed.
You go to Ed.
All right. So Ed.
Yes.
Of the comic universes, who would be the worst driver?
Thanos.
No, this is the comic universes.
Oh, the comic universes?
Which comic universe would be the worst driver, Marvel or DC?
No.
Or any of the universes?
It's the IDW.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay, there you go.
That's a good point.
There you go. Okay. How long does it take the DeLorean to get from 0 to not giving a fuck?
12 seconds.
How long does it take Chewbacca to brush his hair?
6 seconds.
Wow, he's good.
He's quick.
Blank, good to the last drop. Fill the blank.
Meatballs.
Meatball shakes, yummy. Mm-hmm. Name the forgotten 8th dwarf from Snow White.
Scratchy.
I like that guy.
That's
why you want to forget
him. He probably
him.
got cut.
Yeah.
What is the fastest Flash has ever driven a car?
40 miles in 6.8 nanoseconds.
That sounds right. I agree with that.
yeah.
Correct.
How does Deadpool pay for his ammo?
Cocaine.
There you go. There you go. He's a mercenary after all.
That's true.
What is the worst jelly bean flavor?
Puke.
Yeah. How many fucks are giving on the Wicked Theory show?
8.7.
That's pretty good,
Okay.
I think.
From the next trick, for my next trick, I will pull blank out of blank.
Uncle Jay out of his own ass.
There you go. That's Ed's 10.
That's how you do it, folks. That's a lightning round. That's technically.
I like how I'm often an answer on these lightning round questions.
It's good. It's good.
It's like hazing. You know,
Yeah.
when Jason Newsted became part of Metallica.
Oh,
exactly.
fuck.
Yeah,
they
Here we
abused
go
him for a year.
again. Here we go again.
All right.
Well, he understands the metaphor.
I know he does.
Let me focus. Here we go.
Uncle Jay, you're up.
I'm focusing on the apple.
Someone else get the bell. All right.
I got it. I'm closer.
What strand of pot does Gandalf smoke most often?
Oh, Purple Nightmare.
What is the secret Infinity Stone's power?
To inflict diarrhea on Captain America only.
Only. It's very specific. Very specific.
TV's new reality show features 8 washed-up celebrities living with blank.
Oh,
Herpes.
There you go.
fair enough. I like it.
What is Harrison Ford's favorite type of aircraft?
One that is definitely going to crash.
How long should Lord of the Rings have been?
Not long enough. Ding.
If Luke went to the evil side, what would his Sith name be?
Luke
Darth something, right?
Luke Nubian Jagalone.
Jagalone. Is that what he's doing on the island right now? Jagging alone?
What concert?
Darth Walker. That's better.
That's true.
What concert did Homer go to during Bart's arrest?
Oh, God. What concert? The Partridge Family.
Partridge.
The reunion.
What member of Friends is most likely to be an evil genius?
An evil genius? Tom Selleck's character when he guessed.
Because he was smart enough to get out.
Apparently, Uncle Jay agrees that we should hear Freebird, so what will be the next song?
What's your name? My Leonard Skinner.
What episode will we hear the last of Superman Man of Steel?
Oh, say that again, I'm sorry.
What episode will we hear the last of Man of Steel?
The very last episode.
I can see it.
That was
see it.
very interesting how Ed ended up getting that one.
Yeah, that's good, right? I could definitely see Jay being like on the very last episode of the Wicked Theory podcast, being like, I can just have the last word here real quick and just say,
And we're out.
his Man of Steel piece again, and then we're out. Right.
Now, listen, I'm a little intoxicated, so,
It's a regular Saturday.
Yeah,
all right,
all
that's all right. That means nothing.
But I can read.
All right.
You ready, Bill?
Oh, this is on me?
Yes,
Yep,
it
it's
is,
all you,
Keith.
Bill.
Oh,
It's all
shit.
on you.
Oh, shit. All
So,
right.
Bill, tell me how much money does it take to back up the truck?
$6.
What movie would even Chuck Norris cry during?
Old Yeller.
Yeah, that's right.
That's about right, right?
Yeah.
Why do the Ninja Turtles wear masks when nothing looks like them?
They're just camera shy.
What brand condom does Superman use?
Steel wraps.
That's good. In the Hangover Part 4, who will be lost next?
Sarah Silverman.
And this one is, comes from me, because I've said it a few times.
Gotcha.
Bill, what time is the crack of ass?
It's half past my mushroom tip.
What is the 28th Baskin Robbins flavor?
Mop water.
Bill, what were Rachel and Ross on?
Speed.
I was gonna say heroin. What nickname could Bruce Wayne have been given by his parents?
Darky.
We're deleting this episode. This is the way the world ends, not without a bang, but with a blank.
Now with a bang. But with a bang-a-gong.
There you go. Get it on.
Get it on, bang-a-gong, folks. That's
And that wraps it up.
That's lightning round.
That's the lightning round.
That
Thank you,
is
Wesley. Thank you very much. That was great.
That's a Wesley Gaskins production.
I'm starting to like Uncle Cash, too.
Uncle Cash is growing on
Cash
you?
is starting to grow. Uncle Jay's Filth is good, too.
Uncle Cash, can I have some candy? No? Is that, it's creeping out? I'm sorry.
No.
All right. You know what? Let's just go to emails. Oh, yeah.
How many emails do we got?
Emails. Let's see. Oof. Ooh,
1.5.
All right, we don't count junk mail. We don't
didn't
count Mixler update stuff. And, okay, all right, then we go to, it's the Wesley Show this week.
One email?
One email from young Master Wesley.
I'm going to have to make a video and do something about this
And
shit.
start crying about it?
Mm-hmm. Not crying about it.
Not I mean crying, but just, I mean, like, you know.
I'm going to tell James to keep his emails under, you know,
you drum up
4 sentences.
You got to drum up the masses. So Wesley's email starts, "Hey, you gentlemen. Hey, Ed, you will run out of John Goodman quotes or maybe get tired of them, so what would be your next choice?"
I think that happened.
Well,
oddly enough.
To be fair, I did not run out of quotes. I just ran out to the system I used to procure them.
He wrote this
Yeah.
before that.
Yeah,
so
if I
he was just happening serendipitous. He was just asking. You gotta quit smoking.
Yeah, I don't know what I do because I started with Shakespeare,
Right.
and then I moved to John Goodman.
Right.
So
Probably
like,
should have started at John Goodman.
What's the next step on the, down the
Yeah.
line?
Oh, just give me a lightning round type answer then.
Yeah.
Shelley Duvall. All
Yeah,
right, we'll
there
go
we
with
go.
It.
Boom.
All right. Okay, next question. Of the movies that have and will come out this year, which one do you think you will or have already enjoyed the most? Like, do you have, like, that's for all of us, I guess. Is there already a top dog, or do you think your top favorite's coming? Like, is anything going to top Justice League if Justice League is your top?
Let's go to the spreadsheet.
Star Wars, I think is going to be pretty tops for me, as long as it delivers.
Is he talking so far, or
he's talking both? Like, if what you think is the movie of the year has already come out, then say that. Like, that's open. Like, before the end of the year, do you kind of feel like what your top movie is of the year, or do you think it's still, we got a month left here, so we still got, Star Wars and maybe something else?
Well, this is the month where, a lot of the Oscar bait comes out. You know what I mean? A couple huge, big, summer-esque kind of films that are released on at Christmas. Like Star Wars.
Yeah.
They start showing up this month. So
holiday season.
I think you got to wait, but I honestly, truthfully believe that Star Wars is going to be a huge.
I think it's going to be a monster, man.
Big monster.
I think it's going to.
Yeah, I can't forget Blade Runner 2049.
Me neither,
that one
man.
keeps going around in my head.
Sure.
And then there are smaller 3 billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri, which I just saw recently. I really liked. Wind River. That's another one that I keep going over. And then this other one that Doug Liman did with Aaron Taylor Johnson and John Cena called The Wall.
Yeah, I have not seen it yet. I want to see it.
It's set in Iraq. It's 2 soldiers who get ambushed, and one of them shot, and the other one's trying to figure out what the hell to do.
He's pinned behind a short wall.
Yeah, pinned behind this wall. And there's a sniper taking
shots.
Taking shots.
Anytime he moves.
Yeah, and talking to him on the radio. It's really, really out there. Free Fire, that's another one. A lot of good smaller movies out there to see.
Yeah, and that's what takes like the brunt of the big. That's what tops my list. Like I agree with Ed. Blade Runner is not out of my mind at all. I still think about it.
Because Star Wars is almost like, especially for us, it's almost like it's too easy of a win. You know what I mean?
Of course,
it's like if you took that away, what's your number 2 then? So I mean, it's either like Star Wars or Blade Runner, probably for the top 2 slots, I guess maybe.
Right, like Blade Runner, and I really liked American Made. That was
the Tom Cruise,
something I really liked. Yeah. very much.
Tom Cruise cocaine movie.
I was big on Brawl and Cell Block 99. You know what I mean? I really, that's kind of like my kind of shit.
Yeah, you were really big on that.
I almost cried because of how beautiful it was.
Which one was this?
Brawl and Cell Block 99. You know what I mean?
It was like watching Fantasia on acid. It was great.
What is cool about Star Wars is that this writer-director, Rian Johnson, is that, he's no slouch to films.
No, yeah.
Brick and Looper, we've spoken about this many times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that he's going to bring something a little different. I wouldn't be surprised if we see this on people's top 10 lists.
Wow.
Truthfully, I really believe that.
All right.
And there's been no screenings yet either.
Nope.
All right, so Wesley's got one more in here. At the risk of bringing it back up, which is a bad way to start any sentence.
Man of Steel?
No. What are your favorite movies to watch between Thanksgiving and Christmas?
Between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
I think it just means in general that this is the holiday season, so anything kind of goes at a Thanksgiving-y, Christmassy, holiday kind of this time period and known to be playing on. So I guess you're talking Christmas Story, A Miracle on fucking 61st Street.
Miracle on 34th Street.
Whatever it is.
Both versions. Actually, 2 of the 3 versions I like.
Miracle on 110th Street. That's the one I want to say.
So this is the bit where we trash fucking Agent Palmer's fucking literary skills.
No, not at all. I think it's just I think it's a question of do you have any? I mean, you kind of mentioned some Thanksgiving movies recently.
But you're saying between the holidays.
Yeah, but I think he means between the 2 holidays, not like physically those times between them.
I think he's just talking about movies you like to watch in December.
In December. The Thing.
It's got snow.
Yeah.
No, and monsters.
I like to dabble in holiday films, but I do like watching Die Hard. I like watching Lethal Weapon.
Sure.
I like watching Gremlins. You know what I mean? I like watching Scrooged. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Sometimes I won't go to the normal It's a Wonderful Life and A Christmas Story because they're always on.
And you've seen them probably more than
they're always
necessary.
on. Sometimes you want to switch gears.
Yeah.
I do like watching the very first Home Alone.
Yeah.
I still think that is a really good Christmas flick.
Yeah, and
it is.
And I think Home Alone Lost in New York, Home Alone 2 Lost in New York is underrated.
It's fun.
I mean, it's not the same as the first one, but I think Tim Curry is incredible at that, and I think that the showdown scene is even funnier.
Right. See, the thing about Home Alone is when that came out, I was already 17. I was already past the age it was. But for me to be a 17-year-old to go to that movie and just laugh my ass off, you know what I mean? That said a lot, you know what I mean? Especially a guy from Newark, you know what I mean? And whatnot. And that's when Joe Pesci was on fire.
Oh yeah, he was in everything.
It was Goodfellas and Home Alone right after each other. And then the Super.
Well, I'll have you know, in case you didn't know, that this week actually came out that well, let me close this pop-up ad because that's some bullshit. As soon as I started to read it,
your Viagra pop-ups.
That the Plaza Hotel has a Home Alone 2 themed package that you can rent a room and in honor of the movie's 25th anniversary. Yes, it's been that long.
That's right. Yeah, it is 25 years.
That the package it's calling Live Like Kevin. The stay includes a box set of the complete film series, a commemorative backpack for running through the city, and an iconic room service Sunday cart, which you'll preferably eat in bed while watching your favorite gangster flick. You can also add on extra options, including express passes to the Empire State Building and a personal Home Alone-inspired limo tour. Meanwhile, the rest of the hotel will be dressed up for the experience. I guess this is during a certain period or something. I guess maybe just for the holiday season. But yeah, so if you want to go blow however much that costs.
Right.
You don't get it. You don't get it.
It's in the
that
most
would be
expensive
great
room.
if there was one thing about it that was different.
You don't get a talk
If
boy?
they were recreating New York City in an amusement park.
in that era?
In a safe place.
The limo tour kind of brought you through some bad
because
spots?
Kevin was running around New York City. Not exactly a safe place for a kid by himself.
No,
You
it's
don't
fair
even
enough.
get a free talk boy, man. Remember his talk boy?
Talk boy.
Yeah.
What the fuck is a talk boy?
I had a talk boy.
Yeah.
I got that for Christmas.
Was it
one year.
recorder?
They did. It was a Walkman, but
Yeah, it was the little recorder he had that he put his voice into slow motion, and that's how he recorded.
they actually made them.
Yeah.
that year.
Fair enough. All right, so that's all Wesley's got.
Yeah, I got two quick things I'll show out. So I'll some two TV movies.
Okay.
TV specials that are stuff that I watch with my family every single year.
Okay, and that's the 1986 Republican Convention?
No.
Oh.
1972, The House Without a Christmas Tree.
Oh my God, that sounds sad.
Jason Robards.
84 Bill.
Oh, it's getting sadder.
And it's it's this little girl in the 40s, this
Oh
12-year-old
God, it's so
girl
sad already.
who wants nothing more than to have a Christmas tree, and
Of
her
course.
dad won't do it because it reminds him of his dead wife.
Not that it's the Dust Bowl and whatever era, and we can't afford a tree. Yeah, okay, we're gonna buy a thing that's already dead, that's just gonna continue to die in the living room.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no, but it's this really nice sentimental story. And the other one is these are both movies my mom adores.
Okay.
The other one is called The Story Lady with Jessica Tandy.
Of course
about,
it is.
About
of course it's got Jessica Tandy.
Yeah. And she plays a retiree who
Is it in
who's
color?
looking for something to do and gets a cable access show reading bedtime stories.
Oh, it might be in color if it's got cable access.
Yes, yeah.
Did
And,
Hallmark make this? Is this a Lifetime movie production?
I don't think it was. No, I think this was an ABC movie of the week.
there you
same.
go.
It's
Yeah.
kind of the
Same
same thing.
thing.
Kind of the same thing.
Fried green tomatoes.
I mean, if it's got Jessica Tandy in the era of cable, that means
Yeah.
it's old Jessica Tandy.
Yeah.
And it's like, Grandma, likes English muffins and jam.
No,
I don't know.
But
I had nothing.
Yeah, you guys make fun of it all you want, but you watch that movie
And I'll cry.
Yeah,
And I'm
you'll
sure
be
I'll
bawling.
fucking cry. I'm sure I'll be like, oh my God, this old lady is so right about everything. She's so wise. Is she going to die? And then she dies. And I'm like, she probably should have.
I know what
She
they
was-
were saying to me when I was coming out of services.
See what I'm saying?
She doesn't die.
Can I make a Christmas recommendation?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Send me
because-
gifts.
Because here's the thing here. All right, because
Yeah.
for Agent Palmer to write that thing,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
there is things he left out, and that's if you're a Scrooge, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of Christmas horror films
Sure.
that could have easily made
Yeah.
that fucking goddamn list.
You don't have
So
to
I'm
yell. You
telling
don't have to yell into the
I'm
microphone.
Not yelling.
You
This
just
is how I talk.
no.
I talk loud.
All right. Well, then you back off the microphone.
All right.
Because I can see out the corner of my eye. I can see the thing fucking spiking.
Yeah, I can see it too.
Just remember,
What I
you
can say is
keep an
this.
eye on that.
Hey. Okay, good.
Oh, Jay, Jesus.
No, what I'm saying is
Now
have,
you know the range,
No, you
okay?
We got to do him from remote from no
Yeah, I'm
around
gonna,
on.
I'm gonna do a ISDN.
Oh, you got money, huh?
No, we got movies like Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Sure.
You got
Christmas,
like
Bloody Christmas.
like Black Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas Evil. A Christmas Horror Story. I mean,
Santa
these
Claus is
are
killing
things-
in town.
These are all these things that are Scrooge-esque, like really Scrooge-esque.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, because if you don't believe in Christmas, how this is Christmas being.
They're
This
definitely
is a horrible,
they're definitely
mean-spirited Christmas.
yeah, they're
movies.
anti-Christmas for sure.
Which Scrooge
Like,
is anti-Christmas.
Yeah, and I get you that. I get you that's the connection. It's not no straightforward Christmas, so we're gonna have a good time.
Correct.
You know what I mean? That's for sure. You know what I mean?
Correct.
You know?
So I feel that was a good way to actually bring in these kind of
Yeah.
movies. You know what I mean?
Sure. Bring in
actually-
some horror movies,
right?
but they're
You know what I
about
mean?
Christmas, so yeah,
Exactly.
they wouldn't be tangential.
Because there was none of that.
Right.
You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
because those movies are about Christmas and take place on Christmas. So those are Christmas movies. Even if they're horror, they're still Christmas movies.
They're still tangentially Christmas.
No, they're full
'Cause
on.
They're more. They're more.
No, they're full on. They're full on Christmas movies.
Well, yeah.
Whether or not people consider them Christmas movies, like we'll watch them
Well,
on
yeah,
Christmas
right,
Day, is a
right, right.
different
They're
thing.
very much Christmas movies.
And I
They're
bet
not
you-
cheerful Christmas movies.
And I bet you in somebody's house,
I watch
it's
them.
like Silent Night, Deadly Night, you know?
I
Like,
watch that on
And let's
Christmas
open up
Eve.
one gift on Christmas Eve and then watch Silent Night, Deadly Night. Some
And part
goofy
2.
fucking tradition.
And
you know
part
what I mean?
3 and part 4.
We stay up all night. And when Santa comes, we fucking kill him.
Right.
Choke on this, motherfucker.
Santa Claus, you better run, boy.
Hit him with the plate of cookies. Hit him with the plate of cookies.
Why do you gotta be so mean?
Because I want that bag of goodies. Because he's got all kinds of gifts in there for boys
Because
and
you
girls.
can, you know what I mean? That's the whole thing about it. I mean, if you were going to do something where it's Scrooge, that's anti-Christmas.
Yeah.
Scrooge is anti-Christmas.
Yeah.
I noticed you didn't throw Krampus in there.
I didn't see it. That's the reason why I haven't. But there is a William Shatner movie called A Christmas Horror Story that deals with the Krampus. That's actually a very good independent film.
Does he
and you
fight
should
the- does he
watch it.
fight the
No,
Krampus?
he's like a DJ. They got him later. They got him later. It's like he
Does
was like
sing
an
Black
add-on.
Sabbath?
No, he plays like a DJ that narrates the whole.
Oh, like a radio DJ.
It's like a like a creep show kind of.
Gotcha. So
anthology.
Right, there you go. So it's different stories, and he's the bookends. He's the interweaving.
He's the bookends as a DJ telling these stories. Right. So, but yeah.
Spooky Christmas.
Does he end it Kirk out?
Yeah, he's totally Shatner-esque.
Tingly Christmas.
So, sorry, I blew your ears out.
No, well, they'll heal. I guess.
I couldn't hear you.
So, with that, kids, I think that's going to wrap it up for this regular episode. If you're listening live, you can stick around, and we're going to do a little after-show hangout, which we do every week. If you are not listening live, you should, because that's the extra you get. And
can we acknowledge a new guy in the chat room?
Sure. What do we got?
We got a guy named Shroomtoon.
Shroomtoon.
Yeah.
I like it. That's a good name.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard, man.
Sounds like he tripped his way into the room.
Yeah.
Be sure to stick around for the after show.
Far out, man.
Stick around to the after show, Shroomtoon.
All right. So stick around. And then, like I was saying, if you ever want to find out what we're up to with the Patreon, just go to patreon.com/wicked-theory. And that's where you can find the after shows, because we don't throw them out anymore. We throw them over there. If you are a supporter for $1 a month, you get access to that. That's like the entry level.
Yep.
And if you really love us, or, you come and support us a little more.
Yeah. And don't forget the free one that's on Patreon
and the Thanksgiving,
as well.
the Thanksgiving episode is up there.
So you can
totally
go check
free.
out what Patreon's all about while you're listening to the free one.
It's like a sample.
Yeah.
So Jay, where can people find you on the Twitters?
I am at Tangentially Offensive.
Oh, is that the one you got?
I don't know. We'll see. I like it. Uncle Jay at Man of Steel Books.
There we go.
As of right now.
I like that one because I came up with it myself. Ed, where can people find you?
At Edward O'Hare, TBD.
Brother Bob?
I'm at Tangentially Tangential.
Makes sense.
At Bob WTPC.
There you go. And I am at Wicked Theory. The show is at Wicked.
You got me back.
The show is at wickedtheory.com. All right, we gotta stop slamming stuff. All right. That's it. If you're not listening live, catch us out every Monday. And then check us out, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music. Bob, take us out of here whenever you're feeling it. Sorry.
The Wicked Theory podcast is heard live every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern until whenever. Just go to mixler.com/wicked-theory. Mixler is MIXLR. Sign up to join the chat. Then click the follow button to get reminders whenever the show goes live. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music, wherever good podcasts are given away for free, and at wickedtheory.com. You can support the show at patreon.com/wickedtheory. There you can get the after show if you miss it live. God forbid. Plus other exclusive episodes. As always, send your emails to podcast@wickedtheory.com.